Shared decision-making from a person's perspective. In this video, we will be talking about shared decision-making, what it is and why it's important in making sure that the care and support we provide is person-centred.
Two images of different women appear on screen. The first has the name Rosemary below it, the second has the name Gemma below it.
Throughout, we will hear real-life experiences of how jointly sharing decisions with health professionals has impacted people when it comes to managing their long-term conditions and supporting others as a carer. Person-centred care and support means working with people and listening carefully to what matters to them. We want people to receive the best possible care, and people are the experts when it comes to knowing what help, support and care they need. Everyone has different preferences, belief structures and experiences of their condition and how that impacts their day-to-day lives.
An icon appears in the centre of the screen. In a circle around it are 8 further icons featuring a group of people with a heart above them, some trees, a person running, some medication, a person standing behind 3 stars with their arms raised, a person on an exercise bike, a heart and a dog.
Shared decision-making is about respecting and prioritising what's important to the person and their support circles. It's a collaborative process that brings together clinical expertise and the person's experiences and preferences to make joint decisions. It makes sure that the person understands the risks, benefits and possible consequences of each treatment or support option available to them.
A woman with glasses appears on screen with the name Rosemary beneath her.
Yeah, it's really difficult sometimes to talk to doctors because they don't have the understanding of the condition that you have. They haven't lived with it. They may know in books. Now, with me, I have fibromyalgia in addition to my depression, which means I have chronic pain and fatigue. And unfortunately, they don't have a test where they can say, oh, you're in pain, and absolutely believe you. I've just started a new relationship with the doctor, and I just want him to know I respect him and he's got to respect me back. He's an expert on illnesses and symptoms and generally, but I'm an expert on my own body and how I feel. And unfortunately, he can't feel my pain, so he's got to just respect the fact that when I say I'm in pain, I'm telling the truth.
Icons of 2 people appear on screen, one blue and one white. A speech bubble with a question mark in it appears above the white person. A different speech bubble then appears above the blue person in response, and it features 3 different icons in succession: the group of people with a heart above them, the person on an exercise bike, and the medication. A joint speech bubble then appears above both icons with a magnifying glass moving around in it.
Asking what matters to the person allows us to have better, more collaborative conversations. This will facilitate the exploration of what other aspects of their lives are affecting their health and well-being.
The woman with glasses, Rosemary, reappears on screen.
I am a Unitarian. I'm trained as a minister. Spiritual considerations are very much a part of who I am and do affect my mental health, because sometimes I think, God, why have you done this to me? But I need to work with the doctor that when I say, God, why have you done this to me, doesn't just poo-poo it, it's no good. It's important to me and my mental health.
A younger woman appears on screen with the name Gemma beneath her.
My name's Gemma, and I am a carer for both of my parents who have long-term physical and mental health conditions. And the way that it impacts my life is that I do have to take a lot of time out of my own life to kind of support them. And they're also both hearing impaired as well, so I have to help them with language barriers as well.
A shared decision-making discussion is not an additional step, but it is part of a good quality conversation. It's essential in supporting people to become actively involved in their health and well-being, as it empowers them to make decisions about the care and support that is right for them at that time. When people are involved in the decision-making process, they experience better health outcomes, they adhere to treatments better, they have increased satisfaction and less regret about the decisions made about their care, and they have a better understanding of the risks involved and are able to make informed decisions about the best course of action for them. For people to become active participants in their health and well-being, they need to feel confident, empowered, and have the skills to engage in related decisions. One of the challenges in ensuring effective shared decision-making is low levels of health literacy, as it impacts negatively on people's ability to engage in the conversation. One of the ways you can support a person to understand information and make the most of their appointment is to consider a person's communication needs.
A video of a woman talking to camera with the name Gemma is shown on screen.
I think the main improvement will probably be to ask them what their preferred form of communication is, because sometimes if you are experiencing a lot of mental health issues, you don't want to read anything, so maybe a video would be a better alternative. Or sometimes they'll suggest a phone appointment, but with them being hearing impaired, they can't do that. So there needs to be ways around that, and just to ask them what they would prefer. Even like maybe providing easy read or something with pictures, just to make it a little bit more understandable. That'll probably help.
The woman called Rosemary reappears on screen.
I do think that some of the things that I do, like make a list of what I want to talk about. If I feel uncomfortable, bring a friend, knowing a little bit about my condition, like all these things. It doesn't matter if you're American or English or from wherever. These are good practices that make your appointment go better. But the main thing is start off with you respect the doctor respects you. And then always, if you feel a doctor's doing a good job, just give him or her a little pat on the back, a smile, and say, thank you.
Furthermore, preparing for appointments in advance contributes to effective shared decision-making by taking the time to consider what matters to a person before their conversation with their health professional.
Rosemary reappears on screen.
I do find it very difficult. Like, I don't know what a registrar is versus a consultant versus, I know general practitioner is the first port of call. And so I'm kind of going on faith, if you will, when the general practitioner says, you need to go see the consultant. I'm just going to that person. I mean, I think a lot of times that doesn't matter. I just have trust that whatever directions I'm given, that I can follow. And if I don't think I can follow them when the appointment is coming to a close, then I just have to ask again, and there's no harm in that, I mean, what is the point of the appointment if you don't understand the directions you've been given or you don't understand the next step?
Images of 2 posters and 2 flyers are shown on screen.
There are multiple resources to support both people and professionals to take part in effective shared decision-making discussions. To support people to prepare for their appointments, we have created the It's OK to Ask poster and postcard to empower people to ask questions to better understand health information and encourage them to prepare in advance of talking to someone about their health and well-being. And secondly, the What Matters to Me postcard to encourage people to think about what matters to them in advance and discuss this with those who are supporting them. To support professionals, we have developed the Shared Decision-Making Toolkit, which will provide support to professionals on how to effectively have shared decision-making and what matters to me conversations, and how to support people to take part in this conversation. To access these resources, please go to bit.ly/LCC-SDM.
The web address www.leeds.gov.uk/PHRC and the email address phrc@leeds.gov.uk are shown on screen.
Visit the Public Health Resource Centre website or contact the Resource Centre to order physical copies.